Hello there, I'm back again for another little bit of a hobby chat. Recently I've been talking about some conversions, and so I thought it would be fun to share some of the other things I've been working on in the background as well. Over the last couple of months I've had a real sort of hankering to do some inquisitorial fun bits, and so I was inspired by work by a lot of YouTubers out there to do some conversions and some kit bashing, rather than just picking up old metals or just using stock stuff. Just to give you a look at some of the things I've been working on before we dive into the actual conversions. So for example, here we've got a really cool, one of the awesome old Inquisitor models in metal. Gave him a new power sword and bolt gun from the Horus Heresy Betrayal at Calth kit. I had fun painting him up, so he's my sort of leader for the army. We also have some of his retinue as well. So we have this demon host that I painted up, alongside a Psyker that has been dragged along with him to do his dirty work. Again, one of the old metal models from the Astra Militarum range, painted up sort of inquisitorial black and red, which seems like a cool way to go. I also painted up a couple of additional models for this set too. So we've got things like the Death Cult Assassins. So we have one here. It's kind of cool. And another one of them here. These were all kind of rescued from an old Grey Knights army. Or I think it was an old Inquisitorial warband that needed updating. Because these were battered and bent to hell, as you can see by the swords actually. But yeah, had fun working on those and bringing them to life. They've also got a couple more, just to this little tiny showcase. So I had an Eversaw Assassin that I painted up, alongside a not Calexus. Yes, a Calexus. No, not Calexus. Man, her name has completely gone out of my head. If you remember what it is, put it in the comments, because I've completely forgotten. Eversaw, Calexus, Vindicare, and her. Man, I cannot believe that has escaped my knowledge. But I had fun painting her up. And then we have the Vindicare at the end there as well. That was one of the first models that I broke out and painted up and had fun with, which was really cool. Really fun working on that and getting the mask to look badass. I really like working on the mask and the gun. But anyway, so that was some of the inquisitorial stuff that I've been working on. But then I was kind of inspired to go a little bit step forward, because I was like, well, my Inquisitor needs... He's got all the specialists that he wants in his warband or his army, but he then needs the kind of rank and file. And so that's where these models came in here. So these were actually made using a combination of the Militarum Tempestus Science set, effectively as the base for these. Well, actually, no. The bits and stuff for this were made using the Militarum Tempestus Scion set. But the actual bodies come from the Palanite Enforcers box. Now, I've got a couple here that I've painted up, and then some of the black undercoated ones as well. But the idea was to try and get the look of an inquisitorial sort of stormtrooper regiment. And I think I've kind of got it. I mean, as you can see, the base is Palanite Enforcers. And then the weapons then come from the Tempestus Scion one. So that hand with the power sword there, the bolt pistol. And the head is also from the Scion's kit. And then I've attached a few sort of additional bits and bobs from the kit. So you've got like a little scanner there, and then the bits in the back from the Palanite Enforcers. So we've got this guy. So again, hotshot lasgun from the Scions, a stun stick from the Enforcers, backpack from the Scions, and a helmet from the Scions. And I think the base of the Palanite Enforcers makes them sort of fit into this look of something a little bit different. They're a kind of outfitted force that has been designed by the Inquisitor to do his dirty work. The only thing I'm going to add is, you can see there's like the circle bit in the center. I'm going to put a little eye for the Inquisition. Bleh. I think chaos got into my mind. I'm going to put a little eye for the Inquisition in there, just to make them pop a little bit more, because otherwise it just looks like they've got a big Teletubbies thing on the center of their chest. Here's some more of the ones that I've been sort of working on and painting up. So you've got a guy with a grenade launcher there. And then you've got a guy with a flamethrower who was a devil to put together. He's in the process of being painted, but there's a lot of little bits and pieces that you need to do to finish these off. And then I have a bunch of undercoated ones that I just want to show off. So you should be able to hopefully see these okay on camera. So you've got a guy there with a revolver and his hotshot las gun. He's just a basic trooper. Another basic trooper there who is grabbing his restraints to lock down a psyker. Another basic trooper there, but this one with a bear head. Okay, another basic trooper there. I've knocked that guy flying. And then for the other specialists, pardon me, sorry, dearie. We also have the medic, who has his little medical box there. Hotshot rifle on the ground, because you need to represent it on the model. Alongside a little kind of like medical servitor hanging in the back, which I thought was really fun, from the Scion kit. So put him there as well. And then we have the comms guy too, who's got the radio and stuff at the ready to call in people. So these were a pain in the ass to put together, I've got to say. I cut my fingers to ribbons because I'd never really done a lot of kit bashing before in the past. But I had fun working on those and bringing them to life. There we go, you can get a good look at it there. And yeah, it was my first sort of big conversion kit bash project that I'd worked on for a really long time, and took me back to my first days painting and playing with Games Workshop in the past. Basically just bodging things together to make cool things. So yeah, I'm going to use these as an Inquisitorial Stormtrooper unit in games of 40k, and maybe a little bit of things like Kill Team as well. But I also want to use them for Grimdark Future. Grimdark Future, and also Planet 28. I'm going to use these as the Inquisitorial Warband, and then I'm going to put them up against Chaos Cultists and stuff in that game. So I backed the recent Kickstarter for that, and I think these models will match up very nicely. And I think they kind of work alongside the Inquisitor and stuff that I've already got. So there you go, you can see them there. I think they suit quite nicely. It's a shame that I didn't put these on Necromunda bases, but I might try and rip these guys off and put them onto Necromunda bases in the near future. I also have additional plans for this Inquisitorial Warband. I'm thinking of making, putting together the Ogryn set from the Tempestus Scions alongside the Jotun set from Necromunda to make another set of kind of gangers that have been turned into a fighting force for the Inquisitor. And then I want to try and do Crusaders using the Enforcers with the shields. And maybe some Stormcast Eternal things to make them look a little bit more Inquisitorial, a little bit more sort of high and mighty. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things you can do for the Inquisitors, and I think they tend to be forgotten as a faction in 40k, which is a real shame, I think. This could well be my little army that I carry on after I finish off my Eldar force, but I may be drawn into doing things like squats, maybe, if that's a reality for 40k. We shall see. But yeah, I had I had a lot of fun painting these up and having a nice time converting them, and I think it will be cool to see what other people have been doing to convert up fun Inquisitorial models. I think you could also use these for Inquisitor 28 as well, so Ink 28, which is kind of what I was looking at for these. So if you want to play Inquisitor but in 28mm scale, you suddenly have a whole bunch of models to use for that as well. Maybe I'll come back to doing some more conversions in the future, but I just wanted to showcase these and show them off and give you some ideas if you've maybe been thinking about doing your own Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Yeah, I think this is really fun. Yeah, make sure to watch out for more videos in the future. I'm going to be doing a few more hobby chats as I paint up some more bits and pieces. I've got some Tyranids waiting in the wings. Da, 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 da. Hi, Fleet B, I'm off. Ah! So I've got some of those to work on and have some fun with. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment down below with your thoughts on these guys. Do you think they work as an Inquisitorial Stormtrooper unit? Have you been converting your own in your spare time as well? What do you think Games Workshop are going to do with the Inquisition in the future with additional codexes and things? Will they get their own army? That's the big question. I've also got a Ko-fi page. If you want to go and check the comments, you can go and check out that Ko-fi link and maybe give me a little money if you enjoy what I do. That'd be really fun. I could buy a cup of tea or two from the local cafe and maybe get my hands on some fun hobby supplies to use in my games. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the conversions that I've been working on. And yeah, I'll be back for another hobby chat in the very near future. Bye for now.